Assalamualaikum and good morning to each and everyone, especially to our instructor in this subject, Ma'am Ellen Beth Pusta or Ma'am Beth. So I'm your presenter today, and by the way, this is Amira Ulangkaya Muslimin. So my assigned topic is all about a stellar evolution. So what is a stellar evolution? Stellar evolution is the process by which a star changes over time which its affirmation of its eventual fate. The evolution of a star is an influence by its mass determine its life cycle. So we mention here the life cycle of the star. So later on we will discuss that one. So but first, i-discuss muna natin kung ano yung tinatawag na stellar evolution. So kapag tinawag na stellar evolution, from the word evolution. So, andun yung word na process by which a star changes over time from a formation to eventual fate. Ibig sabihin, kung saan nagmula ang star, kung paano ito nabuo, at kung papaano siya mag-born. Kasi when you say stellar evolution, it is talks about that is the process star undergoes a sequence of a radical change during its lifetime. Or a stellar evolution is the process that describes the change that occur to a star over time, from its birth to its eventual death. So, yes, totoo na ang star is namamatay din. And ang star is nagre-reborn din siya. Kasi stellar evolution is the life of a star or the death of the star the death of the star. So let's proceed to the life cycle of the stellar evolution. So let's proceed now to the star life cycle. So we have here the nebula. Take note class that stars are born from the gas and dust, and we all know that kasi ilang beses na natin na-tackle ang about the star, the sun, the process kung paano sila nabuo. And we all know that a star is meron siyang binubuo siya ng hydrogen and helium. So, yes, the gas on or the dust stars from the when the force gravity push together particles, gas and dust and space. Kaya nabubuo yung tinatawag nating star. But before that, bago siya maging star, meron tayong tinatawag na massive star. Ibig sabihin, pag sinabi nating massive star, yan na yung star na mabibigat. But before that, we will tackle first the process muna. So, at this gravity, gather the gas and dust into a cloud, and that is called stellar nebula. Ito na yung mag-start na mabuo yung star. So, and that gravity will continue to pull together then hanggang sa maging shape of ball na siya bago siya maging average of star. Yung first step na bago siya maging average of star. So, on that period, average of star. So, that average of star, magiging protostar muna siya, or shape of a ball, or tinatawag din itong baby star, na tinatawag din siyang baby star. And in that protostar, magiging star na siya. Or mag-fuse or mag-create na siya ng energy, no? So, by the using of the hydrogen and helium, and magiging equal na ang inward and outward gravity push. Doon na magkakaroon ng born star. So, now, and kapag normal ang mass ng isang star, tinatawag yun siya na average star. Kasi nga, meron tayong tinatawag na massive star. So, hindi siya matatawag na average star pag yun siya ay massive. So, now, and kapag sobrang massive, so yun nga, sabi ko, no, kapag sobrang massive or bigat ng star, like meron na siyang 3 times 4 a massive on R, so tinatawag na yun siya na massive star. Kasi in this, in this illustration, yung nasa taas na yan, no, yan yung tinatawag, yung sa baba na yan yung mga massive star. Ibig sabihin, yan na yung mabibigat na mga star. So, now, before that, no, we will talk about the life of the star na merong mass similar sa stand and tinatawag na the life cycle of the average of star. This is the part yung sa taas. Sabi ko nga, yun yung sa taas na similar siya sa sun, no? Yun yung sa taas. So, okay? So, sa star na yan, meron tayong, yes, ngayon, meron tayong color white, or the present star ngayon is meron tayong white color, right? So, hindi po yan siya yellow. So, now, sa star na yan, is a very important source of energy is a nuclear fusion or conversion of an hydrogen and helium into a heavier metals. And kapag naubos na yan, ang mapoproduce na niya is pure iron. So, iron rather. And in that time, kapag na-rush, ang color naman niya is reddish or orange or the red giant. So, doon na mabubuo ang red giant. Yes. So, after the red giant, no, by the way, no, class, according to the scientists, ang mga star is umaabot siya ng 5 billion years ago, o 5 years, 5 million, ano ba? 5 billion years bago siya maging red giant. So, ganun siya katagal mabuo bago siya maging red giant. So, aabutin siya ng 5 billion years. So, bago maubos ang reserve helium and hydrogen, so magiging core na siya. Yes, magiging red giant na siya. Ang sun is so now, no, ang sun is igugolf niya yung orbit ng Mercury at Venus at aabot siya ng atmosphere ng Earth. Ganon siya mag-expand kasi magiging solid siya kapag kasi lumamig ang metal, this is case na lumalamig na siya. So nag-i-expand na siya. So, what will happen after the billion years? Doon na magko-collapse yung pinaka-core sa gitna at magiging white dwarf na siya dito sa planetary nebula. And doon na maalis na yung nakapalibot sa kanya and doon na siya magiging white dwarf. And that ones, no, that are, and magkakaroon na siya ng surrounding planets, no? Magkakaroon na siya ng surrounding planets na, okay, surrounding planets, planetary and nebula. And after millions of years, itatapon niya yung nakapalibot sa kanya na planetary nebula. So, planetary nebula yung planetary nebula ang tawag sa nakapalibot diyan sa white dwarf na yun bago pa siya tuloy maging white dwarf. Yun ang tawag sa kanya, planetary nebula. And this planetary nebula, no, pinangalan lang siya or pangalan lang niya. Hindi siya related or not because meron siyang connection sa planets. Tinawag lang siyang planetary nebula kasi planetary nebula dahil ang kanyang appearance is same sa Uranus and Neptune planet. So, same sila ng color which is bluish and green. So, mawawala na yung planetary nebula yung nakasurrounding sa white dwarf. And that is a source of a heavier metals like gold, silver, copper, at magiging or diyan na nanggagaling diyan na nanggagaling yung white dwarf na star. Diyan na nabubuo ang white dwarf kasi nga iniwan niya after many years or billion years, no, yung planetary nebula na yan, yung nakasurrounding, no, nakasurrounding sa white dwarf na yan, is mawawala na yan siya after millions of years. And doon na mabubuo yung white dwarf. So now, tatalakayin na natin the massive star. So the life of a star, the life cycle of a star more massive of an hour of our sun, which means, yun nga, mas mabigat ito kung ipagkumpara natin sa stars. Una, siyempre, from the stellar nebula, which is from a ball, no, roses of the gravity. So, gravitational force. So, magkakaroon siya, siyempre, ng protostar. Gaya din, the same with the process of the red giant. So, now, no, and that protostar, so, uh, So, that protostars, no, mag-start na siya mag-fusion. And, ibuborn na niya is si massive star. Mas, according to the study, no, mas madali mauubos ang fuel ng massive star kasi mabilis sila magko-consume ng hydrogen and helium. So, mas mabilis silang mamamatay, no? The more na mas mabilis sila mag-create, and the more na mas mabilis din silang mamamatay. Then, after nila mag-consume ng helium and hydrogen, at magiging red super giant na siya, yan yung malaki na red super giant nga. And at the same time, massive star siya na siya na kasi yung sobrang massive, no? Siya na yung sobrang massive. So, sobrang massive ng super red giant star. And then, in turn, no, after a white, there will be a explosion kasi sobrang bigat na niya. At talagang magkukulapse na siya, and there will be a supernova. Doon naman magkakaroon ng a supernova. Ito na yung explosion heavier metal will produce kapag 2 times 4 massive na siya in our sun, no? Magiging neutron star kapag or kung makikita nyo, no, maliliit lang siya. Pero sobrang bigat daw niyan. Tapos pag 3 to 15 times more, no, massive than our sun, so that's the time na magiging black hole na siya. So, ganun siya, even though na kung mapapansin natin maliit lang siya, pero sobrang massive niyan. Kasi nga, so doon na nagiging black hole, no? Ganun yung lifespan or ganun yung process or the cycle of the um, reborn of the star. Okay, so now let's proceed to the star form. So, how star can form or birth, no? The birth of a celestial giant. So, paano ba nagkakaroon ng or nagre-reborn ng new star? So, a star forms from a collapsing, no, cloud of gas and dust. And alam natin yan kasi how many times na yan siya from our environmental science, no? We will tackle about the collapsing of the cloud of gas and dust, and that's the time na mabubuo ang ating star. In what way? So we will think that in this process, no, um, that gravitational force will push, no, will push like this one. And um of course, no, meron siyang core doon sa pinaka centered, and that centered, no, is siyempre umiikot siya like the life cycle na na-discuss natin earlier. So, doon na nagkakaroon ng collapsing, no, by the help of gravitational force, no, nagko-collapse yung cloud of gas and dust. And that's the time na mabubuo yung star, or doon na magkakaroon ng forming of the star. So, the gravitational force will pull the materials together and leading to the ignition of the nuclear fusion, of course. So, main sequence, the stellar adulthood, no? Ito na yung process na nag-enter na yung main sequence phases na mag-undergo siya ng hydrogen, and magkakaroon siya ng fusion in each core. So, that's the time na magko-converting siya into hydrogen and helium. And that hydrogen and helium is one of the elements, one of the properties of the star bago siya ma-create or bago siya ma-reborn. And this is the most stable phases in a star cycle, no? In the star life. Kasi nga yun ang that converting of hydrogen and helium is yan na yung kumbaga life, no? Life bago mabuo ang isang star is hydrogen and helium. So now, again, no, even though that we tackle about the star life cycle, but my assigned topic is also the red giant. So, red giant, ito na yung pang-fourth, the process, or fifth, no? Fifth, kasi from nebula to a protostar, no? Then, average star and the Mensukan star, no? The red giant is, yes, totally pang-fifth, no? Pang-fifth siya na process ng cycle of the star. So, hydrogen depletion leads to expansion. No, mag-i-expand siya, the red giant. And that expansion of the star, no, is magkakaroon ng collapsing. And that process, no, ang kanyang uh, doon na magkakaroon ng yung golfing niya. So, yung orbit ng Mercury and Venus is aabot siya ng atmosphere of Earth. Ganun siya mag-expand and magiging solid. And red giant and supergiant forms expelling outer layer kasi nga mainit siya. Shell burning, no? Shell burning. What just like what I've said earlier, no? Kasi nga mainit siya in the outer layer. So, shell or burning processes creates a heavier elements. So, that's all of my report, and I hope you learned something. And if you have any question, just comment below the question that you have, and we find out, or we try my best to answer that questions. And thank you for watching.